It's been years since Tom has seen his friends. Tom and Ava have been dating since they were juniors in high school. Tom asked Ava, who was his girlfriend, to be his DD driver this upcoming weekend as his friends are hosting a party. Ava agreed, but only on the condition that they will come back home before midnight. Once the weekend came, Tom and Ava went to his friend's house. It was getting close to midnight and Ava demanded Tom that it was time for them to leave. Tom refuses to go, but Ava said she will leave Tom if he wants to stay. Tom begged Ava to stay for another hour, but she refused. Eventually Tom gave in and Ava started driving Tom home. Tom was not happy and so was Ava, as he agreed to leave before midnight. They both started to fight until suddenly Ava stopped at a bridge and Ava got out and said she will walk home and Tom can drive back to his friends. Tom got out of the car full of rage and grabbed Ava while shoving her against the bridge. Tom accidentally shoved Ava a little too hard and she fell off the 50-feet bridge. Tom couldn't believe what he had done. Afraid that he would go to jail, instead of calling for help, he just drove home as if nothing happened. A few days went by before the authorities located Ava's body. A couple more days went by when Tom's parents said that they were going to go on a business trip out of town. This left Tom alone in his two-story house. That night when he was playing games with his friends, he kept hearing footsteps downstairs in the living room, and like the dishes were being washed with the water on. He was sure he was home alone. Tom didn't think much of it and continued playing games with his friends. It was close to midnight when he became tired and decided to go to sleep. That was when he thought he heard footsteps coming up the stairs of his home. His body became numbed at this point. Tom did not know what to do, so all he did was cover himself with his blanket on his bed in silence. Seconds later, his door started to creep open, and although Tom didn't see, he can feel a presence walking around his bed. Tom was so scared that he couldn't sleep all night. As the sun started to rise, he can feel the presence walking away, and soon the house became quiet. When Tom senses that the figure was no longer around, Tom got out of bed and called his parents to return home. His parents will not be home until the next day. As the sun was setting and the air was getting colder, that night Tom decided that he would sleep early and take sleeping pills. As Tom was sleeping, he was awakened by a loud bang from his door. He realized that his door had just swung open, and again, he can feel a presence walking around his bed. He started getting cold sweat and didn't know what to do. As the figure kept walking around his room, he then got a glimpse of a scent of his former girlfriend. He knew then that it was her. As the sun was rising, he felt the presence was going away once more. Before he knew it, his parents came home. Tom ran to his parents and told his parents what had happened in the last 2 nights. Tom's parents, being concerned about Tom's experiences, they took Tom to a local psychic. They packed their things and left as soon as possible. They get to the psychic's house and the psychic welcomes them before they even set foot on the psychic house. This is important for later. Tom explained the situation to the psychic, and the psychic looked into it. After 5 minutes of silence, the psychic looking down, the psychic looked up at Tom with concern and said, "Here is what you are going to do." The psychic confirmed that it was Ava who has been looking for Tom the past 2 nights. The psychic said, "Tonight, when you feel the presence coming back, you are going to grab your pillows, blankets, and sleep under your bed. That way when Ava comes looking for you, she can't find you." Tom, feeling relieved, agreed to what the psychic said and went home. That night, right before midnight, Tom started feeling a shiver down his spine. Suddenly he felt as if someone was walking up the stairs. He quickly grabbed his blanket and pillow and went under his bed. Seconds later, his door swung wide open at the speed of light, causing a loud bang throughout the house. The next morning, when his parents came to check up on Tom, they found Tom dead and unresponsive. So here is what happened. When Tom was at the psychic, Tom forgot to mention to the psychic that when he pushed off Ava, she fell head first. So when she came back looking for him, that is how she is going to come back looking like. Plot twist: the psychic knew this was going to happen, as the psychic was Ava's uncle and demanded justice.